Hello guys, R.U.S.E back here for my second tactics video on strategic warfare in R.U.S.E, and this is Blitzkrieg gameplay. Right, speeding it up now. Okay, just talk to you a little about Blitzkrieg. As you've known, Blitzkrieg is basically all the arms of an army: air force, artillery, tanks, and infantry used to pierce through defenses of an attack, and it usually involves pronged attacks, pushing deep into the enemy rear, encircling, a bit of encircling, not much, but it's basically used more for the emphasis on piercing enemy defenses very well. So what I'm playing here is against the Turtle Hard, which is the Soviet Union, with my ally, which is a medium. So basically what I tried to do was research the Panzer IV, because I didn't want to use the Panzer III. That was to be honest, it's pretty weak. And I also built an airfield, so I would have armor being supported by an air force. So as you would have known, the Germans were experts in Blitzkrieg, using artillery bombardment before they advance, and huge tank cooperation with air to capture objectives. What the disadvantages of it is, it requires a lot of concentration, and now I'm deploying 4 Jäger, 2 I think, 1 to keep that light unit busy, and another one to capture the supply depot. And too bad it started retreating, but I'm pretty sure it was the infantry or some shit.
Unit reports damage, sir. Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
Yeah, it wasn't that much of a great infantry, and I used
Sir, enemy has deployed a new
support,
base.
and the Russians were also deploying on my front pretty heavily. I built a secondary headquarters here, and I basically got all the supplies around Medjez al-Bab.
Production in progress.
I couldn't do much encircling here, mainly because there was a lot of mountains. And here was I got on here, and there were a lot of mountains, so I couldn't really deploy anything to encircle. There wasn't much space to encircle. I got my first Panzer IV up. As you might have known, the Germans, they take a huge while to build up their forces because of their expense, and they recaptured that, so a waste of airborne. But this straggler here started charging from my secondary headquarters. I reacted with my 2 Panzer IVs, or 3. Coming up with 4.
Enemy has completed a research project.
It was a T-26, so it was pretty weak. Right, so I was gonna split into two armies. I'll call this 1st Panzer Division, 2nd Panzer Division. Currently this is 4, and this will be upgraded to 3.
Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Building deployment completed.
And I think I was producing fighter bombers, Stukas,
Deployment completed.
Junkers 88s, if you guys want to be technical.
Building deployment completed.
Right, so now facing the enemy.
Receiving report.
KV-1, so as you can see, they deployed heavy tanks already, and bloody medium tanks, but I had numerical superiority. But now I knew they were deploying heavy tanks, so I started deploying my Junkers. And I couldn't get a sight on them, so I couldn't really bomb them.
Unit under fire.
Here we go.
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. This is HQ.
So you can see the cooperativeness
Research has been completed.
between aircraft and tanks so far, and I deployed an air recon just to get those tanks. So I was mainly focusing on building up my tank force and my air force before making an actual assault, which seemed pretty interesting. I also deployed some light artillery.
Building deployment completed.
what my ally was doing was deploying a heap of defenses like it should, playing turtle mode. So it didn't really participate in the attack much, which is what I like about turtle mode. So it gives me the leverage to show you the attacks without being so much OP. Because this is on hard, this is on medium, and this can just act there to protect itself, to protect one of my flanks. Right, so I got my first Tigers up, heavy tanks, in retaliation to the producing of KV-1s. Also had my artillery and anti-air base, seeing I had a lot of air, and seeing that I needed some artillery. Also deployed some decoys, decoy air, to try to scare them.
Camouflage has been deployed. Building deployment completed. Building deployment completed. Sir, enemy has deployed a new base.
Right, I was getting sights on this stroker here,
Building deployment completed.
and this T-26. Oh, and also deployed my ME-109s, which are fighters, basic fighters.
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
Right, so I was deploying more decoys,
Unit under fire.
and also
Building
trying to
deployment
get this air under control. That Sturmovix, that was pretty good as a fighter. It's probably the best fighter bomber. There goes that anti-tank gun. So I was getting whipped in the air. It had a lot of air power. And I was making an airborne assault with my first Jaegers to try to capture this sector here. So I was starting with a mini air assault. They didn't respond much. They were busy trying to attack my...
Building deployment completed.
well, they were trying to attack, but not much.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
So one of my Force Jaeger divisions are down.
Building deployment completed. Unit reports damage, sir.
I was trying to provide some brief air cover.
They're retreating, sir. Unit has aborted mission, sir. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Sir,
Yeah, but I
our
was
unit
getting
has
whipped
been
in the
wiped
air.
out.
But luckily they didn't try to target my tanks, or I would have been screwed. I guess they realized they could handle it on their own, and plunged attack here with one unit.
New unit production requested.
Camo my base, most of my base.
Report from intel. We found a new enemy base.
My economy was growing strong,
Unit under fire.
but as you know, the German economy is always stretched to the limits.
Supply depot nearly depleted. Supply depot levels are low. Building deployment completed.
Had a prototype base as well. I think I was producing anti-air units. I think the
Building
Rebel Wind,
deployment completed.
which is by far the strongest and most proficient anti-aircraft unit in the
Receiving
game.
report. A new enemy base has been discovered.
Fast rate of fire. It's got basic armor.
Supply depot levels are low. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Got a SU-85 there. That was pretty scary.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed.
And they had an AT gun as well.
Fall and empty that depot, sir. Sir, our camouflage nets are no longer in position.
Got up some tiger reinforcements.
Supply depot nearly depleted. Receiving report. One plan.
And basically what I was doing was trying to cover the supply depot
Raids are interrupting supply line.
with my Panzer army, but I didn't want to move it too close to the base.
The enemy has completed new research.
Mainly because they had some tanks covering up.
Under sustained fire.
That was scary with that
A new
Sturmovik
enemy
gun
base
thing.
has been discovered.
At least I got
Fallen into hostile hands.
least I got some $3 worth of supplies being taken through. Here come my junkers. German accent. Assault. So it's good to take advantages of when air cover is busy.
To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Unit production in progress. Unit reports damage, sir. Enemy supply line discovered, sir. Sir, reporting one of our units is down.
And here comes my whirlwind.
This is unit production requested. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new unit has been routed. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Yes, sir.
Alright, now what I did was merged elements of Panzer Division 2, 2nd Panzer Division, to 1st Panzer Division to try to strengthen it up. And also put some anti-aircraft protection. And I rebuilt up 2nd Panzer Division. Got 2 airfields now. What was I doing? Fighting air cover, I think. ME-109s. I think I did produce some ME-262s, the jet fighter. So I was focusing on anti-aircraft now. And I was going to capture this. Capture this entire area here, which was right for the picking.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed.
There we go. New wealth of economy there.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector.
So you should always seek out those advantageous opportunities. Try to seek some extra money. Right, their air force was getting pwned with only 4 whirlwinds, and half of their air force probably got wiped out. They remobilized most of their air force to my opponent's flank, seeing that I had a stronger air defense. Also provided some brief ME-109 cover. Couldn't really do anything with the ME-109s. And I redeployed this supply depot here with only like I think it was $50 left.
Building deployment completed.
Alright, I was getting ready for my attack.
All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Building deployment completed. Sir, a new cruise is available. This is HQ. Unit production requested. Supply depot depleted. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
And that's a ripper of an anti-aircraft store. Let's see this in full speed. So in what, 2 seconds, probably wiped out less with just 4 whirlwinds. In real life, whirlwinds was built for anti-aircraft, but they served a better purpose firing on infantry positions.
No more supplies in this one, sir.
They had 4 AAs, so 4 25mm AA guns, which would have been disastrous to Allied air power, but most of their usage during World War II was in the late 1944s and 45s, so where the restricted air power, they weren't used against infantry. Alright, some more ME-109s.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. New route is
Alright, they will push to their borders now.
Not even a drop of oil left in this depot.
Push to their
Has been exhausted.
base, so I was getting ready to mobilize
Reporting. Unit
and attack.
Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Unit reports enemy neutralized.
So here you see my joint Blitzkrieg war effort.
Unit reports heavy fire. Yes, sir. Deploying camouflage nets. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Research has been completed. Building deployment completed. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Alright, here comes their attack, which I was going to resist pretty fiercely. Maybe not.
No more supplies in this one, sir. New R.U.S.E is now available. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Reporting enemy losses. Unit reports heavy fire.
Alright, here comes my Junkers.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Building deployment complete. Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Building deployment complete.
And I was still using Panzer IIIs, cooperation with Tigers. I didn't deploy the King Tiger because I didn't like its speed. It was very cumbersome and slow, however powerful.
Supply depots covered are
But my Blitzkrieg depended on
A new R.U.S.E is at our disposal.
speed. And yeah, I deployed some Heinkel 111s on a bombing run, covered by my ME-109s.
Unit reports damage, sir.
And here is my attack, the enemy base,
Unit reports enemy neutralized.
and full speed for you. And I deployed my Blitz and made my attack.
Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, all camouflage has been removed. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Unit reports a trap. Unit reports damage, sir. The new R.U.S.E is at our disposal.
And they basically lost.
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
What do I have left on
Unit
the
opening
base?
fire on the enemy.
And I think they captured it, and that was game over. So I'll see you guys later for our next tactics strategic gameplay, and that should be airborne assaults, and that should be fun. So catch you guys later. Enjoy my Jurassic Park the game videos.